Okay, I'm live. Hey, hey, hi. Good morning, afternoon, evening. I hope you are doing well. If it's your first time here, hi, hello, great to have you. If you're a returning subscriber, hey fam, good to see you as well. So it's Nigerian XHW Speaks here, otherwise known as Chigger, and we are uploading again today. We're uploading again today. After the last video, I thought I'll run through, so just sort of go back to look at the updates they've been making. So my last video, I think that was the updates from the governing body. Was it number 4, number 5, something like that? And so that's really piqued my interest. And so I've decided to go back, starting from number 1. And sort of see what they've been saying. I thought that would be quite an interesting series to run through. And the goal of this is to, first of all, a lot of my criticism. By the way, this is live. You're going to hear my stutter. I have a stutter. I don't edit when it's the live ones, and so you're going to hear all of it. That's all it is. So as I was saying, the goal of running through this is a lot of the criticism that I have is directly aimed at the governing body, the leadership, the people at the top who run the whole show, who benefit the most from this sick, twisted setup. And so it's I feel like it's more appropriate that criticism and all of that is directed at them. And so having a series that's a bit shorter, not the whole JW broadcasting, I feel like that is too long at the moment to sit through. But these ones that are short, they're like 15 minutes or so. So they're easy to run through and just listen to what they're saying. Obviously, from the perspective of someone who is out now, being able to critique it. And that's why I am going to run through these as well. So if you like what you hear, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if anything resonates, comment, and, let's drive interaction and engagement like that. Last thing. So my light, because it's quite late in the evening when I'm filming this. My light, I think the wire is playing up. So if it goes off in the middle of this, I might have to fiddle with it and get it back up. But just a heads up, so it's not too disorienting when that comes up. Okay, so this is the number 1, and this one is by, I think his name is David Splane. The governing body update number 1. And let me see, when was this uploaded? I can't really tell. But it's the very, very first one. It's from 2020 here. Yeah. So we're going to run through and see what they said. And I'm going to stop and comment and interject as I run through it. So while I get this ready, I hope you're doing well. I think this is going to go up on this Sunday. So comment below if there's anything good that you've gotten up to this weekend. Yeah, anything fun that you got up to, share and all of that. So let's see. Chrome tab. Am I going to get the right one? That's the thing, isn't it? I tell you what, let me close the one that I don't want. And so there's no risk of sharing the wrong thing. There we go. So let's see. So Chrome tab, I think it's going to be this one then. Hopefully I'll get the right one. Yes, there's the right one. There's the right one. Let me check. So I want to do it so that, there we go. That's a better fit. That's how I want it to look. Okay, let's jump into it. Let's jump into what David Splane's up to. Let me get the sound up. My son uses this laptop as well, and it turns the sound real down. It makes me feel like I'm going deaf because I come and it's so loud. Like, how can you hear like that? Oh, is it me? Am I going deaf? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go. Let's.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, David.
For this update, I'd like to talk about what you, dear brothers and sisters, have accomplished during the past few months. Jehovah must be very proud of you. Your obedience,
Well,
You see,
I know it's really simple, but what is this way of talking? So it must be very, it's like talking to kids. It's like when you're telling a kid or a dog even, like, good job, really good job. It's like, it must be very, it's very strange. You're not talking to kids. Anyway, I know it's like barely 15 seconds in, but, what is that about?
in spite of all the obstacles, you haven't let up in your service. On the contrary, we're receiving reports from one country after another of peaks in the number of publishers, placements, regular pioneers, Bible studies, and meeting attendance. Well done.
Wait. So, somebody jumping if I'm getting this wrong, but this is the first one, right? This is the first update, right? Of the year, I think. Why are we not starting with how they're doing, how they're getting on, how things are? We're starting with the number of visits, placements. I mean, like all this stuff that they're doing, all this stuff that they're doing to benefit the organization. Why is that the first thing anyway? And they're still doing the very condescending, well done, good job, as if they're talking to a dog or like a small child.
Faithful servants of Jehovah. Of course, all of us are anxious to get back in the door-to-door work and
I'm not.
public witnessing.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not.
If we're limited to doing letter writing and telephone witnessing, we might feel that we aren't accomplishing much. If that's the way you
that
feel,
is projecting.
Remember what we're told
that is projecting. This is how you should be feeling. That is projecting. No, okay. There might be some people that are desperate to go back out in the door-to-door, but I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why someone would be desperate to start going door-to-door. I certainly know that when I was even still believing, this whole last year would have been quite a nice break. I certainly would not have been desperate to go back out. So that is projecting and putting it into their minds that the fact they can only do letter writing, they might be feeling like they're not doing much. Is that how you think they should be feeling? This is just twisted. Anyway, I will try to talk less. But do you know what? That is the point of doing this, to stop and critique it.
Revelation chapter 14 and verse 6. I'd like you to follow along as I read this. It says, "And I saw another angel flying in mid-heaven, and he had everlasting good news to declare to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation and tribe and tongue and people." So an angel or a group of angels are supervising the preaching work. Now just think, because of our limitations, the angels may be busier than ever, making sure that the kingdom message reaches the right people. Otherwise, how would you explain the increases we're seeing? You write a letter and send it out. The recipient reads it.
Oh my gosh.
But isn't interested.
The angels are having to do
What
more.
have you accomplished? You've given a witness, maybe the most thorough witness that person has ever received. Some people are never home when we call, or they never answer the door. So they have no idea what we believe until they receive that letter. But suppose someone else in the household would be interested. The angels might see to it that that person reads the letter. You've given the angels something to work with. Or,
those poor angels, they will be completely helpless without the witnesses, eh? Dear me. Goodness me. It's so funny. It is so funny that the angels need so much help. So much help. In my mind, I'm just picturing these clueless flying creatures that just need all the help, and now they've been so lost in the last 12 months because people have not been going door to door. It's just funny to me. It's just funny.
You dial the wrong number. That turns out to be the right number. Were the angels involved in any of the following experiences? You be the judge. A sister in South America was doing telephone witnessing, but she wasn't getting much success. But she didn't give up. She called another number, and a man answered the phone. The sister explained that she was calling to encourage her neighbors who were suffering because of the pandemic, and she read Jeremiah 29:11, which says that Jehovah is offering us a future and a hope. Then the man...
Do you know what? This telephone witnessing, it sounds really horrible. It's like telesales, which, there are some people that love that stuff. But for me, it just sounds like one of the most stressful things. I mean, I have had a part-time job in the past where I've been ringing up graduates from like the last year just to see how they've been getting on, and have they found a job, what are they doing, how much they're making. Sometimes they don't want to share that. And in general, if they feel the degree was worth it, like if they could go back in time, would they do it again? Would they recommend that someone does this? And the information from that is then used to put together files for students that are considering coming in, to help them make that call if this is going to be the right thing for them. And have I got something on my face? I've got something on my face. I've got something on my face. We're doing bareface. But even that was challenging. And that is a conversation of, people are helping out. Like they can see that they might potentially help out, and, working on the principle that people like to talk about themselves, and they want to share their experiences. I can't imagine bringing people to flog your religion to them under the guise of you're bringing to encourage the neighbors. Well, actually, you're recruiting for your religion. And at least in the door-to-door, as bad as that is, there is the human contact, that people can see you, and that tends to make them want to relate on a personal level. But when you're on the end of the phone trying to recruit, it's just tacky, honestly.
Said, this phone call was no coincidence. It was from God.
Proof, please?
He explained that the sister had called a radio station and that she was on the air. A lot of people were listening to her at that very moment. They had just been talking about the pandemic. The sister quickly prayed for strength and then shared a number of encouraging scriptures with the radio audience. She also told them about our website. The host took note of the scriptures and enthusiastically encouraged his listeners to visit the website. What a witness. Now ask yourself, would the sister have dialed that number if she had known she'd be talking to a radio audience? Another sister in the United States was ordering a dress over the phone, and she had prayed to Jehovah for the courage to give a witness when the transaction was completed.
No, don't do that.
She followed through on her prayer. First, she commended the customer service agent for her kindness, and then asked if she could read a scripture from the Bible.
That's just weird.
The young lady agreed.
Why?
Turns out that she had studied the Bible years earlier, but she'd stopped because she had a lot going on in her life. A study was started in the Teach Us book, and the young lady attended the Zoom meeting the very next Sunday. What about this one?
Please don't do
A
that.
brother in Japan.
I think someone else has commented on this. When people are trying to get through their day, doing their job, please don't be interrupting them trying to recruit for this group. Like, please don't. Please don't. Because, people are going to want to try to be polite and not be rude, because that is time that they're paid to work. You are taking up their time trying to flog your stuff. Just please don't. And like I was saying there, he was with the one about the radio station, his face when he told them about our website. Publicity, publicity, publicity. He got a little kick out of that one.
100 of his former schoolmates. Now in their 30s, many of them were facing problems in the workplace and had concerns about how to raise their children properly. When a talk about family life was given in the congregation, 29 of his former classmates attended. Now, he's studying with 18 of them. A sister in Brazil called a woman on the phone. Turns out that the phone rang just as the woman was about to take her life. She had a lot of problems, but that call convinced her that God is interested in her. She accepted to study and is making great progress. Another sister living on an island under the France branch had an appointment with the doctor. After talking about her own health problems for a while, she asked the doctor how he was doing. He was surprised. He said his patients rarely showed personal interest in him.
You don't need to be a witness to do that. You don't need to be a witness to show interest in other people. You don't need to be one.
Give a witness. Turns out that the doctor never answered the door when the witnesses called. At the end of the conversation, the doctor said that for the next appointment, he'd schedule the sister at the end of the day so they could continue their discussion. An 80-year-old sister lives in a rural area in France. She called a woman living in an isolated village and talked about the model prayer. That turned out to be just the right subject. The woman said that she'd been raised by nuns, but had never understood the model prayer.
Wow.
A Bible study is being conducted each week,
There's
and
a
the woman
problem.
is attending our Zoom meetings. Now, what does each of these experiences have in common? Someone wrote a letter, dialed the phone, or spoke up. The brothers and sisters did what they could and gave the angels something to work with. So put the angels to work. Take advantage of opportunities to witness to schoolmates, medical personnel, delivery men, shopkeepers.
Oh my
A
goodness.
simple way to start any conversation is to say, I'd like to tell you about a website where millions
No,
have found encouraging information.
don't. It's flagging the
Speaking of our
website.
website, a real effort is being made to provide up-to-date information on jw.org. Let's listen as Brother Herman Van Selm, a helper to the writing committee,
this
tells
website
us about it.
is a thing, isn't it?
Something remarkable happened in January of last year. What was it?
I don't know.
The writing committee, together with the coordinators committee, decided that the homepage of our website should feature articles that are relevant to current events, grab the viewer's attention, and provide the Bible's explanation and advice. Now, how did that decision, made in January, prove to be timely? Well, just a few months later, the pandemic began. So the writing department immediately began to develop articles that would address key questions or issues on the minds of people. However, the challenge was that normally preparing one issue of Awake or Watchtower can take more than 18 months.
Really?
So we had to find a way to prepare articles for the homepage
with
in
all
a
that
much
free
shorter
labor.
time. Gladly, with Jehovah's help, and with the help of the brothers and sisters in various
Yeah, they've said it, with Jehovah's help. With Jehovah's help. It takes 18 months to do one article without the free labor? That doesn't sound very efficient to me. There are countless publications that are published weekly, monthly, stuff like that, with not as many people, labor that they have to pay for. What are you taking 18 months? And it doesn't take Jehovah's help to do that. These other ones that I'm referring to, there's no Jehovah's help involved. Like, it doesn't need that to make it happen. Otherwise, you're going to need to show proof, because that doesn't sound impressive at all. It doesn't.
Departments, the total time for preparing and publishing one new article for the homepage has been reduced to 5 weeks. We are grateful that a good number of homepage articles already have been published on topics related to the pandemic. Which of these 6 articles do you think received the most visitors on our homepage? The number 1 article was, "What does the Bible say about pandemics?" Now, what does that show? People want to know how current events are related to the Bible, and our website explains in clear language how world conditions are fulfilling Bible prophecy. That makes the information on our website different from what people may find elsewhere.
No, it's not.
Brothers and sisters around the world also find the articles helpful. To give one example, a couple with teenage children wrote, "Just when we as parents feel at a loss about how to deal with the pandemic, isolation, stress, and social unrest, an article appears that gives clear scriptural guidance on how to handle what we are dealing with. We appreciate so much how quickly the faithful slave provides us with exactly what we need." Now, many have expressed how the homepage articles help them in their ministry. Here are some of their comments. From Spain, they are eye-catching. The language is simple but powerful. Benin, publishers are impressed how in tune the articles are with current events. Netherlands, they are helping publishers to stay enthusiastic in the ministry during the pandemic. Scandinavia, publishers check the homepage before starting phone witnessing. Britain is...
I'm still not hearing anything about how the members are. Does that come at some point? There's just under a minute left in this thing. I'm not hearing anything that is actually useful for the members. This is all about how the message of the governing body is going to be spearheaded, is how it's going to be advanced, how their website is going to get more promotion. I'm not hearing anything about how the members are. You don't need to be part of this group to have gotten through the pandemic. You know, it was awful. It was terrible. People found a lot of ways to cope with it. You don't need to be part of this group to get through it, especially one that I'm not hearing anything here that says any sort of actual care in a practical way for the members. It's all about pushing their website and pushing their narrative. It's very uncaring. I think that seems to be the theme from these updates.
Exactly the right thing for our current form of ministry. These recent developments with the homepage are a faith-strengthening example of how the faithful and discreet slave is providing wholesome spiritual food at the proper time.
In closing, we'd like to commend all of you once again for your resourcefulness and zeal during this pandemic. Keep up the good work, brothers and sisters, and may Jehovah bless you richly. From the world headquarters of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is JW Broadcasting.
Just go away, honestly. Honestly, I hear nothing there that is of any use to the members. It's all about self-promotion for the governing body, for their website, for their literature. I'm not looking forward to the rest of it. Is this how the rest of them are? I think there's what are we? So that was the first one. I'm seeing here that there's up to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see up to at least 9. Is this what it is? Oh, that's going to get really frustrating. I am waiting for the one where they're actually going to say something practical for what the members need, and regurgitating information from the authorities, it's not anything practical. Like if you're going to make this bold claim, if you're going to make a claim that you are Jehovah's one true organization, then you have to sort of show something to back that up. I'm not seeing anything, and it's just self-promotion. It's all about them yet again. It's all about how many viewers that they can get onto their website, how many people they can recruit into the group, and just making claims about Jehovah's Help that there's absolutely no proof for. So that was their update number 1 by David Splane, speaking to them as if they were dogs or babies, and that's quite irritating. Yeah. So those were my thoughts on that one. Gosh, I'm not looking forward to going through the rest of it, but I'm in now, so I think I'm just gonna power through and get through it. But I just think, if I was in, how would I receive this if I was still there? I'm just trying to, because I feel so far removed from that now. What would be the mindset that would make me go, oh yes, this is really great, this is really amazing? I can't picture how to rationalize the fact that this is a really good thing. Like, this is really caring, that in these times where people are losing jobs, losing family members, losing homes, their lives, and all of that, and you show up, and the first, the second, and the most important thing is, how can you drive people to my website? How would I interpret that as, yes, this is exactly what I need? I don't know. I don't know how I could interpret this as being something really great, and this is supposed to be spiritual food. Yeah, the difference between being in and being out, it's so stark. I can't relate to the person that would have thought, this is amazing, this is great. So I mean, it's amazing to see the growth, but it's really scary how much someone can be brainwashed to see something like this in the time that we are, in the stuff that people are going through, with clear examples of different bodies and different people that are giving tangible, practical help and support, versus a group that's only interested in self-promotion and deciding, oh yes, this is spiritual food, this is exactly what I need, this is what I need to drop everything for, to pay attention to, and go check on the website every day. But it's just crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know, like, if you can think of how you would rationalize this. If you were someone that was in and you've left now, like, what would be the thought process to see this video as something good, as something special? Because I can't see it. I can't see it. On that note, have a fantastic rest of a fantastic week ahead, because like I said, hopefully this should finish uploading on the Sunday, so that you can see it there. And have a good week ahead, and look after yourselves, everyone. I will try and remember this time to link some videos so you can watch next when it takes time to upload, and I'll see you on the next one. All right. Take care.